Hello. 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 So, I heard that you want to learn more about FNAF. I'm the perfect guy. And so after I heard that, I got so excited. Like, I love FNAF. I love it. So I stayed up all night. You can tell by my eye bags, planning this for you. All for you. Okay, so I have a lot of paper here. We're just gonna go over the games today, about what happens in them, and maybe one day we'll go over the books when I decide to read them all. But we'll go over the games and the characters and the story and all that stuff, so stick around. It might be a little long. It's a very convoluted story. So before I start though, there's like two phases to FNAF. The first one goes from when the first one came out, 2014, to 2017 when the game FNAF Pizzeria Simulator came out, which is technically FNAF 6. That's like the first phase. And then since then is the kind of newer phase. The newer phase where a lot more has happened. So a lot more outlandish things that is debatable on whether people like it or not. And so it's like a separate phase. But we'll be going over both of them because why not? So the first thing I gotta introduce you to is a little thing called the Afton family. Trust me, I know it's a family. So you're like, what does this have to do with anything? It has to do a lot. It's like the whole story. So the Afton family, I'll draw them out for you. You got William Afton, who is the dad. I'll put in the movie he has glasses, so I'll give him glasses and a little bit of a beard. That's William Afton. Okay, and then you have Michael Afton, who is said in the games to look a lot like his dad, so I'll draw him very similar. I'll even give him glasses too. Or no, I'll just draw him similar. Looks a lot like his dad. That's Michael. I'll write their names. William, Michael. Okay, and then we have the other son of the Afton family, which still has never been confirmed his name, but there's a good theory that I like recently that his name is Dave, that they came to this big conclusion, and so he's referred to often by the acronym the crying child because he's always crying. But I'll also put Dave because I really do buy into that theory that it's Dave Afton. And then we also have a little girl in the family. Little girl in the family named Elizabeth. I don't know if it's with an E or an A. I don't remember. But that's the Afton family. The mother is out of the picture, or at least never shown. And so this family is important because pretty much the whole story revolves around them, mainly about this guy, William Afton. So one of the main things is that William Afton and this other guy, who I'll draw on a separate piece of paper. I'll draw his family because they're also important. Ooh, sorry. So we got, on this one we got, this guy's got some like long hair in one of the characterizations. So I'll do that. And some glasses too. So this is Henry Emily. Here, I'll just write Emily on top so you remember which family it is. This is Henry Emily, who is a co-founder with William Afton of the restaurant Fredbear Family Diner. So it's not Freddy Fazbear's yet, but it kind of is. I'll explain later, but it seems to go back a lot further than everyone thought before now. But the first one in this first section is Fredbear's Family Diner. That's what they both run. Henry is mainly the guy who makes the animatronics for it, but William's like a business guy who's kind of learning about the animatronic stuff too. Okay, Henry has a daughter. Named Charlie. Charlie Emily. Okay. So, wait, is her name Charlie? Why does that sound weird to me? I'm pretty sure it's Charlie. I don't know why that sounds weird to me. So this is the other big family. It's just them two. Okay. So like I said, William and Henry founded Fredbear's Family Diner, which has 2 animatronics in it that Henry made or helped build. They're called spring locks. So spring locks are a big part of the story because imagine this as someone's arm. You can wear these suits, and when you're inside, there's these little things pushing against you. And they're locked right there so that you can fit inside the suit. Because also the suit, when someone's out of it, can be turned into a normal Chuck E. Cheese animatronic where it moves around by itself, like a robot. And so when it's like a robot, the things shoot back out so that it can move around. But if someone wants to fit inside, it can push all the things to the side. But it's not a great idea, you come to find out, because it's a little iffy on the first big event in this timeline, but it is widely considered it could be one of two things, pretty much. So, one day, William has Michael, who I just realized I could characterize better. So Michael, in his main characterization, he wears a foxy mask. So I'll just put a little foxy mask on the side. Okay, so he has Michael watch the crying child. It's the crying child's birthday. Michael just harasses his little brother. You know how older brothers are. He's not a very good brother. And so it comes to the crying child's birthday. The crying child is petrified of the animatronics. For some reason, I don't think we know the reason really. It's probably he just saw like the animatronics all took apart, you know? So I was scared a little kid. So he's petrified, and so Michael and his friends, as a cruel joke, pick up the crying child and take him to the mouth of Fredbear, who I'll attempt to draw now. Fredbear. Fredbear is like this. Fredbear. He's got some teeth. Okay. So, Michael picks up crying child. Him and his friends pick him up and say that Fredbear wants a big kiss. And so they put the crying child's head into the mouth of Fredbear. And crying child is crying a lot. And these spring locks get all wet. And the jaw snaps and kills the crying child. Tragically. So, after that, William it's kind of fuzzy, this beginning. That's the problem with FNAF. I'll tell you all the things, but this isn't a definitive order of how they happen because it changes all the time. But after that, basically, William gets mad, gets super mad and annoyed, and he starts drinking a lot. And one day, Henry Emily's daughter, Charlie, is stood outside, and William Afton drives up in his car and murderizes her, kind of obliterates her for no reason, no good reason. This guy just like, he went to murder really fast, you know? But he killed her because he was drunk. And so then he drives home and, well, so it's just hard because, so the other event with the crying child might have been after. It probably most likely is after this. So it just makes no sense though why William would kill. It's just really weird. It doesn't seem like there would be a motivation. But thinking back on it now, I think Charlie died first. I think William killed Charlie first. And then crying child died. Just giving on hints in the game. Okay, but we're just gonna hit on the main story beats. This is taking longer than I thought. So, after that, William, after or before that, it's hard to tell. William was building a new place called I forget what it's called. I don't know its actual name, but it's the place in Sister Location where you can rent out animatronics, the creepy ass clown ones, which I'm not going to attempt to draw because I can't. But his daughter Elizabeth really likes him, Elizabeth Afton, and she goes down and she wants to see Baby, the main animatronic, because it kind of looks like her. And William kept saying, "No, don't do it, don't do it." And then what happened? Here, I'll try to draw this. So this is Baby. Baby's. So that's Baby. Looks a lot like Elizabeth. So Elizabeth walks up and is standing right here. And Baby's stomach and a big ass claw comes out and sucks up Elizabeth and kills her instantly. And so you may be wondering, why is there a big ass claw that comes out and kills her? And that's also a problem in the story, because we don't know why, but William decided to make all the Sister Location animatronics evilous, murderous robots that lure in children to kill them. And no one knows why. One theory is that after either the crying child or Charlie died, William noticed that that they like lived on, like Charlie lives on through the puppet, which is an animatronic that or like her soul went into. Crying child is debated. He might have been living through Fredbear, but no one really knows. But or the other theory is that this next event I'm going to tell you about happened before all this, somehow, again. And so William got inspired by it because he saw the animatronics were alive. But there was something called the Missing Children's Incident, where William, in a golden bunny suit, lured 5 children This is what they look like in the game. This is not my creative liberty, I'm sorry. He lured 5 children into the back room at the very first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. So not Fredbear's Family Diner. It was at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the first one that we never see in any of the games. And he kills them for no good reason. Maybe he's just evil. I guess we gotta come to that conclusion one day. And he hides their bodies inside the 5 suits. So this this one will go to Freddy, Bonnie, Foxy, Chica, and then the last one is interesting because it goes to Golden Freddy, which is weird because we already think that Crying Child might be in Golden Freddy or Fredbear because it's the same thing. Or it might not be the same thing. Who knows? But basically that happened, and that could also be an inspiration for him making child-killing animatronics to try to, I don't know, capture their souls to see how it works. He's kind of like a mad scientist beneath his murderous tendencies. That's a common thing that happens. So eventually, the 5 souls of the 5 animatronics are pretty pissed the freak off at William Afton. And so they corner him and scare the shit out of him. He's shitting his pants actively as this is happening. And his idea is, yeah, I'm in this old decrepit building. Oh, it's the old Freddy's, by the way, that is all decrepit and disgusting. He went, yeah, I'm in this old decrepit building, but my best chance at surviving against these freak monster ghost children is to jump back in my old suit. Maybe that'll scare them, you know? And so he jumps back in the bunny suit again while they're all scaring him. The roof is leaking water. He's in there and he goes, ha ha ha, I win. But then, like that, the water, a drop hits him, he gets spring locked. And so the whole suit, he's wearing the whole suit, by the way, just not the head. The whole suit goes and crushes his whole body in, and he's bleeding everywhere and he's dying. And so the children all leave, and he's just dying there, and he's dying for 30 years, and he doesn't die. That's another fun thing. So I don't know the lore behind it, but there's something called like remnant and agony or something. And if you're like, I guess if you're mad enough, you could just live past death. And so he was pretty ticked off that these little pipsqueaks were beating the shit out of him. And so he didn't die for 30 years. And in the meantime, in those 30 years, his only remaining child, Michael, goes to all the locations, including the place where his sister died, the sister location. Haha, get it? And is the character you play as in all the games. He burns them all down. He's like trying to I don't know if he's trying to make up for the sins of his father or something, or everyone found out or something, or he's just trying to find his father. It's I don't know if it's really known. I'm not sure. But he like burns them all down, and then he gets the sister location, and all the animatronics, including the one his sister is possessing, decide to scoop Michael. So the scooper is a big arm thing that looks like that, kind of. This is the scooper part. And so Michael's standing right here, and the thing goes, and it scoops him. It scoops all his insides out. And so he's like a flesh suit now. And so all the animatronics, they form together into one thing called Ennard. Because there's 4 animatronics, but they all combine into one. And they're a bunch of little wires and stuff and eyeballs. And it's kind of creepy. And they crawl inside of Michael, and they use him as a flesh suit to escape into the real world. And so after that, Michael is looking bad. He's looking worse for wear. He looks like a zombie, and he's looking very purple. Just like his father. No. But he's looking very purple. And one day, he kind of looks like this. He kind of looks like a Minecraft thing with eyes. And he spits out all the Ennard into a sewer drain, and he slumps on the floor dead. And then for some reason the Ennard thing goes, "You won't die, you won't die," in Baby's voice, which is technically his sister. So it goes, "You won't die." And then he doesn't die, and he stands back up somehow, and he has no organs, but he's still alive. And so have a little more time, but we're gonna finish the first, like, I would call it like the first season of FNAF. That's what I would call this. So after that, Michael still goes to all the places to burn them down. He goes to the FNAF 3 location in 2017, 30 years later. And guess who's there? Old Papa, old Daddy. He's there. And nothing really of note happens, and he burns it down too. Again, trying to kill his dad. But William survives. Springtrap now, that's what his name is. He survives, and so that means that Springtrap's out there. The whole sister location, everyone's out there. The puppet is out there somewhere. The puppet's a big important player. I forgot to mention. So the puppet is the one that made the original children. Where's my paper of it? These original children made them go on to haunt the suits. It gave them life through the suits, and the puppet is believed to have some crazy magical abilities and stuff. And so now we're at FNAF 6. It's been 40 odd years probably. This whole time Henry hasn't been involved at all, and all of a sudden Michael gets a call. Ring, ring, ring. Come work for me at the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And it's none other than Henry Emily, who is making a new Freddy's that he is trying to lure all the mystical monsters roaming out there. So he lures successfully. He lures Springtrap, or William Afton. He lures, at this point, Ennard and Baby split. They kind of break up or something. He lures Baby. He lures Ennard, which is also believed to have a lot of the souls of the missing children's incident in it. And he lures the puppet. He lures everyone, including Michael. Well, Michael isn't lured, he just works there. And then once they're all there, they're all trapped in there, and Henry sets it all ablaze, killing everyone, including himself, and he has a really badass speech that I couldn't replicate. So if you want to hear a cool speech, look up Henry's speech in FNAF 6. And so they all die. And the only continuation in the original story after this is in a game called Ultimate Custom Night, where William is forced to stay alive in like a comatose state, or he's in hell or something. It's unknown, but you play as William in this game, and Golden Freddy, or Cassidy, we find out the name of the child haunting Golden Freddy is named Cassidy, forever haunts William and forces him to live through hell, where it's all his own creations and animatronics and everything, killing him over and over. And that was the end of the kind of first season of FNAF. After that, a lot of things happened that you would need I would need an entire other video to explain. So if you guys enjoy this, I'll do that one day. But this is just from my knowledge of just playing the games and being a fan. I'm into the lore, but I'm not like where I'm figuring it out myself, you know? And so I guess next time I'll probably do a little more research before going in. I guess there's a lot more that I didn't know than I thought. Okay, but other than that, I gotta get this video on. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night's sleep. Oh, and I wanted to ask if, I know this is out of like the role play, I guess, because I was gonna make this a role play, but I guess I'm just gave up on that. But I want you guys to let me know in the comments if you prefer this style where I use my phone microphone and I'm just soft spoken, or if you prefer when I'm using my Blue Yeti and I'm whispering from ear to ear, thing like that. I just want to ask you guys. I thought I would. Anyways, this is the longest video I've ever made, and I'll see you guys later.